the bump on your wrist you were born with. Watching you trying to push away. It hurts when you see it coming. You're too proud to tell me that you can. Watching you trying to push away. It hurts when you see it coming. Never use your words to show you care. I think you know it. Too cool to show it. Babe, you're so good. You're too good to be true. I think you know it. Too cool to show it. Babe, you're so good. You're too good to be true. Oh, why we make the simplest things so hard? I let my pain out through the way that I sit and start to pick at the rips in my Nikes. You quote Tom York and lean in for a quick kiss, but still you just won't admit that you like me. Watching you lower both your eyes, it hurts when you know it's over. Still too stubborn to show that you can. Watching you lower both your eyes, it hurts when you know it's over. I feel like you never really cared. I think you know it, too cool to show it. Babe, you're so good, you're too good to be true.
It doesn't have to be this way, baby.
You know it, too cool to show it. Babe, you're so good,
I love these yields, baby.
true. I think you know it,
It doesn't have to be like this.
babe, you're so good,
I'm on my knees right now, baby.
true. I think you know it,
I ain't too proud to beg.
babe, you're so good, you're too good to be true.
These yields made a man out of me. Even if I don't ever get you back, these yields made a man out of me. I'm trying, baby. I don't want you to be gone forever. Oh. One day I woke up and I told God, I want to be able to see the future. You got all these prophets that can predict the future. I'm worried these yields are going to be gone forever. Forever. Forever, ever. Oh, baby. Does it really have to be like this? I promise I didn't take you for granted. 4.30% yield on investment grade bonds. When BlackRock was dropping the LQDW buy right ETF and HYGW, and the yield curve was inverted, so THTA and HIGH were paying crazy alpha on short-term T-bills and credit spreads. The real estate yields and their underlying value. Oh my God. I never took you for granted, baby. I swear. Yeah, I've been a real wreck. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Look at this RSI. Highest high within wave 3. Wave 4 retests the wave 1 high. Wave 5 makes a new high that ends with Momo. This is wave one, wave A. I believe wave two, wave B ended at the 61.8% retracement. That's why we're seeing these institutions buy all these call options on LQD for that 621 quarterly expiration. Within the cycle from this low, I think this is a large wave one, wave A, an ABC, wave two, wave B, and a large wave three, wave C in progress for LQD before a shallow wave four and a wave five higher. I do believe wave C's ended at 104.14. I don't think that's a bad invalidation. Another way to find invalidations. This high is 111.4, 98.24. I think this is wave one, wave A, ABC wave two, 103.27, probably the Goldilocks level invalidation. It's not far from 104.14. I'm looking for wave three, wave C to begin before a shallow wave four and wave five higher. Well, that sounds great. It's a pretty substantial drop in yields, and I believe it's going to occur quite rapidly. And we've seen confirmation of that. I talked about last Monday, the bond yields for TLT. Looking at the short-term count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, wave 1, and A, B, C, wave 2, and then from this low, a wave 1 and a wave 2. It appears that this is certainly at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves off the low, but given this daily RSI and the overall structure, it does appear just like LQD, TLT, government bonds, for quite a bit of duration. They are going to be having their yields see quite the haircut. And while the haircut is going to, make the underlying look beautiful, it's also going to take a lot of that long-term yield that dividend investors are always looking for off the table. And there's a little more going on there too. So let's look at intermediate term investment grade bonds. Keep in mind this kind of quality aspect, investment grade bonds and government bonds and all that. So some people think these can be defensive plays. We are going to talk about the idea that other so-called defensive plays, which are also really just inflation plays, they can also benefit from falling rates, an increase in the underlying of bond value due to whatever reason. Some people call them black swan events. But anyway, this is a large wave 1 and an ABC wave 2. This is another wave 1 and an ABC wave 2. I'm looking for a wave 3 to begin before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. I think this with LQD and TLT sends a very similar message. I'm looking for 48.34 to be that Goldilocks invalidation up to 49.17. And IGIB in these bonds, it does appear, looking at the value of some of these inflation plays, we're going to focus on aluminum and gold mining stocks. Someone requested gold mining stocks. We'll look at one cryptocurrency in this video, Chainlink 2. But some inflation-related names also appearing to be in the progress of, filling out the right side of their own bases on various time frames. A common theme that can be seen during rate cutting cycles, inflationary periods, and in the case of the metals and the high quality bonds, sometimes, flight to safety events as they're called. So I think this is a large wave 1 and an ABC wave 2. Keep in mind that LQD expiration they were choosing was 6/12. So if we do see them successfully exercise all those LQD options, very similar thing we've seen with a lot of bond ETFs, a rotation into bonds could be even more aggressive right when the third quarter starts. So that's certainly something the fund managers are going to be looking for when they're chasing alpha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, wave one, and A, B, C, wave two. And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another wave one, and another wave two for Century X aluminum, Century aluminum. So this is one of the largest aluminum producers for North America and Iceland. A very similar theme going on. I'm looking for this wave one high to be retested. It's 13.17. I like that as the short-term invalidation. I don't think it's going to go. This is a stock that I posted about previously that's in the driver's seat, so to speak, just like another aluminum stock, Alcoa. I think Alcoa sends a very similar message that these two stocks are still pretty low within their recovery phase. And so the theme that I'm trying to get is that yes, it's going to be sad for dividend investors to see these high bond yields run away. They're not going to be 4.5% yields for investment grade bonds for 10-year durations. Those are going away. Yeah, that's sad. But what I'm showing with the inflation plays is that it's also going to be consequential. It's going to be there's going to be an awful lot of inflationary consequences, it looks like, at least in some of the hard metals. Certainly, I've talked about DBB as well. This has gotten off to a pretty good start. But I do think we're going to see the return of an inflationary cycle. We still see oil off a pretty nice low. Gas prices are at a trough. We've collectively all kind of forgotten about inflation. And as these bond yields dissipate, it does look like the theme is going to be base metals, precious metals are going to be real estate, utilities. These are going to be kind of the hard asset sectors that really see an uptick, and that's not going to be fun for the middle class. So it's something I'm preparing for, whether a black swan event or a rate cutting deflationary or inflationary cycle happens. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of explanations and plenty of trauma along the way. But what it looks like is that yields, high yields for dividend sectors, we're going to focus on bonds and real estate in this video, they're going to go away, and there's going to be inflationary consequences. Really, a lot of commodities, hard assets as well. This is Royal Gold Corp. This is the chart. I think this is from this low 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, pretty clean. A wave one and a wave two. Looking at the retracements right here, this is going to be 134.56 and 100.55. This is the invalidation zone. 107.83 I think is a little wide. 113.54 I think is the Goldilocks invalidation. And I think we're going to see Royal Gold Corp begin wave three. Someone asked about GDX. I'm going to be focusing on the possibility of blending OUNZ and some of my favorite gold mining stocks with GDXY, the new Yield Max ETF. I do believe that gold and precious metals, that's a sector that I cover pretty frequently, so I wanted to touch on this in this video. Yes, I do think that we are going to see some of the leaders in GDX in wave one, wave two, and begin wave three. And Gigo Eagle Mines on the longer term is firming up pretty nicely. So, always remember beta. And yes, we're going to see gold. As soon as I talk about the low beta of gold and silver, I'm sure that's when they are going to see rampant volatility expansion. But we are seeing, relative to the beta of GDX, we are seeing a pretty quick climb towards the right side of the base. Very similar to what we see in utilities, Next Era Energy. I talked about UTG. I invest in UTG, that closed in fund for utilities. They are climbing the right side of the base. I know it seems pretty slow. I am very much interested in doing some back testing on GDXY and OUNZ and also GDX blended together and getting the, kind of infinitely growing gold, bucket going for that side of the market. So yes, I did just hit my desk, and so that was the noise you heard. This is a large wave 1 and an ABC wave 2. I think this is a big wave 3, and then from this low, this is a wave 1 and a wave 2. And so I'm looking for a wave 3 of wave 3 to be in progress for Angigo Eagle Mines. I think RGLD is the better gold, probably the best large cap gold stock on the daily chart for downside and upside levels. It's a pretty clean count from this low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. Wave 1, wave 2. I think this dip's going to get bought, and I'm looking for 113.54 to hold, and wave 3 to begin. And so this is real estate, the other hard asset in this video. We're going to talk about Oventive as well. Looking at this low, I invest in this closed-end fund. It's a real estate closed-end fund. It's trading at a discount to NAV right now, I believe. And I think that this is a 1, 2, large wave 3 that makes the highest high on the RSI, a shallow wave 4, and a wave 5 higher. From this high, this is an A, B, C correction that ends a wave 2, wave B. I think from this low, this is a wave 1 and a wave 2. I'm looking for a wave 3 of wave 3 to develop. So I invest in this fund. I'm going to continue to invest in this fund, and I invest in some of my favorite real estate stocks. But I think this is another example, like some of the gold stocks, like what I'm also going to go over. I invest in this fund, and I'm not going to sell it, so the downside invalidation to me is not too relevant. This small wave 2 low of 9.82 would be a nice invalidation. And so looking at Oventive, this is the oil play of the day. I think that it's just a really good example of how oil is below some highs. We hear people talking about how gas prices are down. That's great. I'm really happy gas prices are down. I'm really happy inflation has cooled off. But look at where Oventive is on the chart. I'm sorry to say this, guys. This is going away. I don't want to be so matter of fact about it, but I really hope I'm wrong. Oventive is just kind of the oil and natural gas stock play of the day. And let's look at this from an Elliott wave perspective and talk about wave personality. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, large wave 1, wave A. Everyone's freaking out about inflation. From a relative perspective, we've had an ABC correction. We've really been sideways. Just like these bond prices we talked about. As bonds were bottoming out. Bonds have been bottoming out for going on 21 months. They're about to hit their 2-year anniversary of bottoming out. This is also when we've seen a lot of oil stocks be sideways for the same time period as well. And we, spoiler alert, have seen some leaders in oil already begin this wave 3, wave C. Oventive, I believe, is going to hold above 39.68, and it is going to begin a wave 3 of wave 3 from this low. The more and more oil stocks we see above this high, it's going to be the cat's out of the bag. Inflation's coming back. And what's everyone going to do, especially if the explanation to that is some sort of scare event, some sort of election uncertainty? Well, they're going to look for bonds and safety, and those yields, I believe, are going to be gone forever. So, I don't think listening to breakup songs is the best idea usually, but I think they're good to listen to now, because what if these yields go away forever? Forever ever?